Welcome back to FabCon TV, everybody, and I am thrilled to have Niels and Jens from Oraylis here with me today. Could you share a little bit about yourselves and about the company?
Yeah, of course. My name is Jens Krönert. We work both for the company Oraylis, which is a German-based data and AI company. We help customers become a data and AI-driven company. We are on the market since 25 years. Since 20 years, we are a Microsoft partner, and since 6 years, we are a Databricks partner.
That's awesome.
And
So glad
Niels,
to hear that.
what is your role?
Yeah, hi, my name is Niels. I'm a senior consultant at Oraylis, and I'm mainly responsible for the market entry for Microsoft Fabric. So I have a mixed role between consultancy and also talking to the customer. What are their requirements? Why they want to use Fabric? What is their vision for the future? And yeah, I think we're here today to give you
Yeah.
nice insight about our tool DataMate.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm super excited to hear about it. I know you have a really cool solution there.
Yeah.
Anything you wanted to add, Jens, before we talk about DataMate?
Our focuses. Niels is the focus on Fabric. He's also the market team lead for Fabric, and all has the role of innovation heading. So I've tried to incorporate new concepts like data mesh or the future vision of Microsoft, the AI frontier model.
Awesome. That's great. Cool. Well, why don't we dive in a little bit and let's hear about DataMate. I know that's why we're here.
Yeah. So, as a developer, get really stressed because you have to do the same task over and over again. You have different source systems.
Oh, yeah.
You have to write code. And that's why we created DataMate, a tool for automating and accelerating your data platform projects so that you don't have to do repetitive tasks. And every one of us has a good day or sometimes even has a bad day. And on good days, I'm really fast at coding. I do a good job. But on the bad days,
Mistakes happen.
mistakes happen, errors in the code. And yeah, that's also one target of this whole framework of the concept of DataMate. And Jens, as head of our innovation team, what do you think about challenges of modern data and AI platform? Do you want to tell us something more about it?
Yeah, of course, we want to avoid those human errors, but we want to also have a metadata-driven approach to develop and operate the future platform. And this correlates to the future vision of AI frontier that Microsoft also proclaims, where you essentially have three phases: the plan phase, the develop phase, and the operate phase. And develop and operate is supposed to be mostly operated autonomously by agents in the future, not by humans. And so you need a clear strategy where we are also strong at a good strategy phase, and then define the future platform in a metadata-driven manner. And then you can develop and operate it mostly autonomously.
This is awesome. I mean, I think what you're saying about how DataMate comes together with the strategy that you all provide really shows your end-to-end capabilities for the customers who are here, for folks who are interested in innovating on Fabric. So we're super excited to have you.
Yeah.
So let's hear about DataMate a little bit more.
Yeah, I think innovation is a good starting point actually, because we heard a lot about AI frontier on this conference, and to be ready for this, you need a solid and good data platform. And that's the main reason why people should use DataMate actually, because it accelerates your development. For example, we have a big Austrian customer from us called Alpla, which is a manufacturer, and it's a huge company. It's multinational, and they have a lot of different source systems, for example. And they reached out to us asking us, hey, how can we manage to get things done in a good time and with less effort? And Jens, I think you met them at first, and they were like, yeah, it maybe take months to do it, actually.
Yeah.
But in the end, how long does it?
It was their estimation about 1,000 tables to load them into the second layer, which we call silver. And they thought it would take 2 months, and we were ready after 1 week. Because it totally fit in our pre-thought environment of DataMate. And Niels will explain how it works. With a metadata-driven approach, we don't create a table manually. We don't create the ATL notebook to fill the data into the table manually. It's all generated by a standardized processing generator, like the future model of AI frontier is supposed to be.
Love that. Okay.
And I think really the key point is to getting ready for AI. So it is less effort, a nicer result, a more optimized result in the end.
Because Microsoft is providing cool AI tools, but you need high quality data. Otherwise, you have the ZISO, shade in, shade out. And how do you get the high quality data? By manual efforts, you can do it, but it's error risk. And with this approach, you have the possibility to do it with less manual errors and with good potential to scale and to provide derived data products on demand.
And that's why we need partners like Oraylis who are able to help deliver this. Because like you said, customers know that they need to get their data into a good state to prepare for AI, but they may not know how to do it. They may not know where to start.
Exactly.
And so we're super happy to have you here.
Yeah, I mean, let's jump a bit further into the technical part. Jens, as a technical fellow, you can take us on the journey of DataMate. What is it? How does it work actually?
Of course, I said the trick is not to develop manually, but to head for a metadata-driven approach. In our case, the metadata is in JSON format, but nobody wants to write JSON in plain text. It's a pain in the ass. So we also developed a graphical user interface. You see it on the screen, where you can edit your attributes. For example, if you have a column like city and you want it in the middle layer to be like slowly changed dimension type 2, you just have to switch a drop-down box of slowly dimension type 2 and the rest of the code is generated. So it's very easy handling. But how do we get the initial metadata description? It could be very with much effort to write it manually. So we have reverse generators set up, all based on open source templating. If there's something missing, just build it and put it in there and potentially push it to the open source community. We already pre-developed adapters to SQL Server, to Oracle, and to Azure. So if your source data resides in those places, we can use a reverse adapter who goes in there, scans all the tables, derives the metadata, and you don't have to write the metadata yourself. This was the case with our customer, the reference customer, Alpla. We had the luck all their source systems were SQL Server, of course, the best database.
Huge innovation.
And so we just had to push a button, and this is why we managed to load 1,000 tables into the first 2 layers of the lake within 1 week.
That's incredible. I think you have a demo that you wanted to share as well.
Yeah,
but before we get to that, anything else you wanted to share?
Yeah, maybe like the target platforms. We talked a bit earlier about it.
Yeah, of course. Of course, we support Fabric as a target platform. What we started earlier on, the first platform was Synapse. I don't know if you remember Synapse, once upon a time. And but we are also Databricks partners since 6 years. So these are currently the 3 platform types we support: Synapse, Databricks, and Fabric. And it's also very easy to switch from one to another. It's just a drop-down box. You switch and you use another Spark.
That's amazing.
And so this is very beneficial. It was also beneficial for our reference customer. At one point of time, the Synapse Spark clusters were too expensive, so we switched to Databricks and the cost got down.
Nice. Okay.
But it's not the only target platform. It's an open source solution. It's an open source templating mechanism. So if there's something missing, we are looking for people who jump on the train and help us build that solution further.
That's awesome. So you hear that? You have an opportunity to be part of making this solution next generation.
Yeah, so I think we talked a lot about it, but let's
have a look.
Have a look, actually. So we prepared some demo. We are right into the front end of DataMate, and we have Oracle database sitting in the back of it. So right now we connect to the database. We have different tables right now that we connect to, like, it's maybe from Fabric. It's like a wizard agent that helps you to select those tables. And right now, what happens? We have metadata in JSON format. So as Jens mentioned, nobody wants to write the JSON code. So we prepared the front-end solution for that we can edit like the title of it. We can add descriptions. And from that point, we go in the next layer. And the nice thing about the open source templates is that we can totally customize it. So, there are a lot of sentences for the layer structures. Someone says it's raw zone, like the Fabric guys, they like their medallion architecture. So you are completely able to customize the whole tool on your own because of the open source stuff inside of it. So right now we are in the technical layer or on the core layer, and we can customize the table. Right now here you can see a bit of a description we add. Also for data quality reasons, it's really nice to have a good code and a solid foundation. And as Jens mentioned already, we are also able to do like typecasting only using a drop-down, for example. So we can change the type of a data field. We can add slowly changing dimensions. We can say, okay, like here it's a business key, for example. And right now I did not write any line of code. So it's just like the user interface.
Developers, this is for you.
Yeah, it is from developers for developers. So what comes next in the demo is actually we prepared the whole metadata structure, and now we switch from the JSON file to a more code like notebook stuff. So we switch to Python code, and this is like the data structure. We created the table and are able from this starting point to move on to go to the gold layer or the business layer, however you like it, call it what you want. But yeah, this is a really nice thing.
Usually we can automate the generation of the first two layers, however you name them. Yeah, you are free to name them how you like. But for the third layer, the business layer, the dimensional model, we need end user input. What end products do they need? Once we get that information, we can put it in the metadata and generate the whole platform. Currently, we are at the state with the metadata that we have some kind of data product definition. So which table, which columns, or how should it be filled, which business logic. From that, we create the DDLs, the data definition language, the create table definitions, and also the ETL for the Spark code, so that it is also filled. The next phase will be that we enhance this JSON for data contract definitions. So for the agentic or for the frontier model, we need those SLAs. Yeah, okay, that table should be filled at 9 o'clock.
Right.
When does the alarm set off? 9:30. Okay, that table or that data product should consume only 200 euros in a month. From 300 euros on, we should raise an alarm and stuff like that. Yeah. So if you have this additional information, we are very close to the frontier model, where we can not only develop the platform, we are there, but operate it then in an autonomously way. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
Awesome.
maybe we should take a look at a glance. So Jens, what are the reasons why people should use DataMate for the projects they are developing in Fabric actually?
Yeah, it's all about standardization, and with that standardization on a metadata-based approach, you avoid manual errors. You're very fast. With our example, with our reference customer, if your data sources and your target platforms fit in, you are very, very fast, avoid errors. And this also is beneficial for the cost of the projects, for the possibility to operate all this. And what is the the less liked job in a development phase? At the end, you have to document all your stuff. You know how easy it is when you all have your metadata there. You just use an LLM, a reference document, and your documentation will be done.
Incredible. So fast.
Yeah, what do you think about the DataMate so far?
I'm super excited about DataMate. I mean, I think, a lot of our customers are starting to ask, how can I reduce the workload on our developers? And this is a great tool for them to do that. And as you said, to start to prepare for the next generation with generative AI, to be able to actually run this autonomously and in a much faster fashion than they've done it in the past. So super exciting.
Yeah, so we talked about it, we see the demo, and now it's up to you guys. So I really would like to invite you to use DataMate. So at Oraylis, we decided early to program it as an open source project, and it's ready to use for you. You can just join us at our GitHub. I share the code now. And yeah, please feel free to join the DataMate community, take part in the development, develop source systems, integration, use different target platforms, participate in the project, and let's do it together, actually.
Yeah, join the train. It's a very open templating mechanism, so if you have a special source system that is not pre-sort, please join the train, develop it, and commit it to the community. So we hope we get a good community with this approach. We use it internally since 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Since 10 years, we enhance and fasten our projects with that. And of course, our customers asked, what about the source code? Do we own it? So we just gave the state of the source code at that point of time our customers. Follow-up question was, what is when you enrich the source code? We are stuck with that version.
Yeah.
So this was the reason that we said, okay, let's go full-blown open source and invite the community to join us and head for the next vision, the agentic and AI frontier model.
Awesome. So you heard that, everybody. Sign up and join the DataMate community and be part of this next transition with generative AI and autonomous development.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you all for being here. So one last quick question for you while I have you. Tell us something you're excited about this week while you're here at FabCon.
Of course, FabCon is always a community meeting. It's so great to see all the colleagues from so many years working together. It's like a big community party, and this is the most exciting part for me. And it was a very great, we had last week a very big marketing where we proposed, hey, we have something here. And it was very cool. On the partner day, we met with people who said who had the longest trip to come here. And there was one guy from Brazil.
Yeah.
And he asked us, what do you do? Okay, we told him about our automation framework, and he asked, what's the name? I said, DataMate. I just wanted to spell it because I thought he would never know.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, I heard about that. There was a buzz about that the last days in the
Love
internet.
that.
So it's always cool to get together with the community.
Yeah, it's great to get that feedback, too, that people recognize the value that DataMate is offering, too. What about you, Niels?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the second European conference as well as the second conference in FabCon for me. So I really like the energy here in the room, like from the partner day beginning yesterday, the keynote. And what I really, really love about this conference and about how Microsoft positions it is like the community focus. So we saw some really nice additions to Fabric, like the CI/CD approach, also some open source approaches for the deployment of Fabric items, and many, many more. And I'm super excited to take part of it, be part of the development, or use these new additions for our development, and really looking forward to the future of Microsoft Fabric.
Awesome. Well, we're so thankful that you joined us today, and thank you to everybody who's tuning into FabCon TV, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a great conversation at the Microsoft Fabric Community Conference. Be sure to give this video a like and hit subscribe for more videos coming out of FabCon TV. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you to register for the next FabCon, which will be in Atlanta in March 2026. Come join Patrick, myself, and all of the Microsoft folks. You can see a QR code on the screen right now. Scan that and use code FABATL to get $200 off of the registration. Thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome, and we'll see you in the next video.